Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to English 1, Universitas Mercu Buana, Yogyakarta. Okay, this is the first meeting, so I like to introduce myself. I'm Restu Arini. I'm one of the lecturer at English Language Education Study Program. So today, I'm going to discuss a very important thing to you. Okay. Today's topic, taken from Unit 4, is about comparing and contrasting. I believe that everybody, all of us, always compare things in our life, especially when, the example when we want to buy something or we want to go out for having dinner at the restaurant. So we compare, this restaurant is good, but the price is expensive. The other restaurant is maybe about the waiters. The waiter in restaurant A is more friendly than restaurant B. Yes, something like that. Okay, so that's our topic today, comparing and contrasting. Let's see the first slide. Well, I put 5 pictures on this slide, 2 pictures of a city and a village, and then 3 pictures of public figures. You can see Blackpink, Sule, and One Direction. Then answer my question. Is Sule popular? I believe yes, Sule is popular. What about the other two? Are they popular too? Yes, they are popular. Blackpink and One Direction are popular. But who is more popular than them? Is Sule more popular than Blackpink? Maybe. If you don't know Blackpink, so Sule is more popular. The same question about the city. Which one is more peaceful? Living in a city or living in a village? Okay, let's see how to compare and contrast things in English. Degrees of comparison atau perbandingan has 3 types. The first is positive, the second is comparative, and the last is superlative. So I put 3 examples here about the height of 3 public figures: Zendaya, Taylor Swift, and Ross Butler. Zendaya is 5'10", and then Taylor Swift 5'11". So there is one differences, slight differences. Ross Butler is 6'3". So who is the tallest? Ross Butler is the tallest. Zendaya is tall, Taylor Swift is taller than her, but Ross Butler is the tallest. That's how we use the positive, comparative, and superlative in sentence. Okay, let's go deeper to the positive degrees. When will we use the positive degrees? There are 2 conditions. The first, when there is no comparison. So we just use in simple sentence like my house is big, they are calm, or the weather is terrible. And then 2, when we want to compare 2 items but they are equal. My house is big and your house is also big. So we can say that my house is as big as yours. Or my house is not as artistic as yours if we say it in a negative form. Or the last sentence, the last example, his car runs as fast as mine. Next, the second type of the degrees of comparison, the comparative degrees. We use the comparative degrees to compare differences between 2 items. Compare differences, remember? For example, living in a village is cheaper than in a city. So we talk about differences. Okay, and the pattern is we put the nouns at the first as the subject, and then followed by verb, and then followed by the comparative adjective, cheaper than, or more crowded than in a city, like that. Example, look at the example. The house is older than you. Your dog runs faster than Jim's dog. Or the last, she is more sociable than her brother. Okay? Next, for the use of superlative degree. We use superlative to compare the differences between two items or more. So this is ter. The example, look at the example. The Conjuring movie, you know Conjuring movie, right? Okay. The Conjuring movie is the most interesting movie in this year. So we compare the Conjuring movie among others movie, not only one movie, but two more movies in this year. The same pattern, we start with the noun as the subject, followed by verb, and then followed by the superlative adjective plus the object. And look at the more example. Sule is the most popular comedian in Indonesia. She is the most sociable in this school. Okay. Next, to form the degrees of comparison, we have to learn about the form of adjectives. So this is, you have to study this very carefully because this has a rule. For one two-syllable adjective, syllable, suku kata, satu suku kata, we can add er to form the comparative and est to form the superlatives. Look at the example in the table. Tall, we add er, taller, tall, satu suku kata, one syllable. Nice, one syllable. Pretty, two syllable. Big, one syllable. Long, one syllable. And lazy, one syllable. Yeah. Okay, so tall, taller, and tallest. Nice, nicer, and nicest. Pretty, prettier, and prettiest. But be careful with number 3, 4, and 6. For pretty, you have to pay attention with the ending consonant. Pretty, we end with Y, so we have to change the Y into I, and then we put S. Look at the comparative table. Yeah, the Y changed into I. What about big? Since big consists of consonant, vowel, and consonant, B consonant, I vowel, J consonant. So we have to double the consonant and then we put R, or S. Bigger, double G, biggest, double G. Okay. And long, there is no differences, but remember for the pronunciation, it's longer, not longest, not longer, not longest, but longer, longest. Young, younger, and youngest. Okay. For lazy, we also have to change the Y into I and then add ER and S. For the second rule of the form of adjective, it is for more than 2 syllables. If tall, 1 syllable, pretty, 2 syllables, dua suku kata. So we have to put more and most for the more than 2 syllables. For example, active, expensive, intelligence, difficult. So it becomes more expensive, most expensive, more intelligent, most intelligent, and so on. Okay, be careful with the irregular comparative and superlatives. So the irregular has their own forms. We cannot say good, gooder, or goodest. This is bad. This is better or betters. That's wrong. So we have to memorize this one. Good become better in the comparative form and then become best in the superlative. Bad become worse and then worst. Little, less, and least. Much, more, and most. Far, look at the differences of the spelling. Become farther or farthest. Okay. So look at the example. Today is the worst day I'd had in a long time. Today is the worst. Hari yang paling jelek. You play tennis better than I do. Ya, better. Kamu bermain tenis lebih baik dari cara saya bermain tenis. Ya. This sweater is less expensive than that one. Sweater ini lebih murah than sweater yang itu. Okay, so remember, they have their own form. Good, better, worse. Bad, worse, good, better, best. Bad, worse, worse, and so on. Okay, this is how to use the pattern, comparison, and contrasting in sentences or in paragraph, because for the assignment, you are not only picking or doing multiple choice activity or exercise, but you also have to compare two things and then make it the written assignment or oral assignment. So this is the example. We are talking about CD-ROM and books. What do you think? Which one is better, CD-ROM or books? Okay, look at here. How many comparative degrees that you see in the paragraph? Look at the underline. We have both are important, smaller and higher than, it is cheaper, it's more interesting, and is better. Okay, so can you mention what kind of the comparative degree? Is there any positive degrees? Yes, both are important is classified as positive degrees. Smaller and higher, is it superlative or comparative? Comparative, yeah. The CD-ROM is smaller and higher than the books. So we use comparative degrees using the one syllable adjective, smaller from small, higher from high as the adjective. And it's cheaper. It's used comparative degree. And then the fourth, it's more interesting. We use comparative degree too. It's more interesting. And then the last is better. Another comparative degree also. But this sentence use the irregular adjective form. Okay, that's all for the lesson. I believe that you understand, but if you have any question related to the topics, please discuss it in the forum. Thank you very much. Good luck and enjoy your learning.